Going on 3 p.m. May 12th in Elk City with Vortex2. There's Mike Bettis and Greg Forbes on top of the MWR getting interviewed. You can see our mezonets all lined up in a row. The Scout Car, W Band, the Dows, and then yeah, looking at a possible triple point. Could be a good day along the dry line. Could be good. Things will go linear fast up in Kansas, which also could have some supercells earlier. Very similar analog to May 15th, 2009. Last year we rode out a terrible squall line in Enid. Let's hope we don't do that again this year. From now, let's hope that these guys make a good decision. 551 exited out of Elk City after sitting there for a while, and we're deploying the MWR on the southern tip of this development here.
This is good because if it passes to our northeast.
So this initially began linearly, but as I was hoping, given the shear profiles, it did break apart. We do have a rotating storm to our north, which would have been nice to be on. Unfortunately, we're not. We're deploying this storm, which is still back building. However, this part of the storm looks pretty healthy. I would guess it's going to trend similarly to this storm, and we may see a couple supercells here. That's my guess. I hope that's what happens. So here's our southern storm. Owen just texted me, told me the one to the north is tornado warned. Not surprised. That's the Pampa storm analog from last year, so not surprising me. You can see a healthy updraft in this one. We may not be totally cooked. This may do it too. The updraft base is very faint on the horizon. Not going to really see that with the video camera yet. It's probably going to streak northeast of us. I think we should be okay here unless it turns right. In which case, if it's doing that, it means it's rotating. I'm happy with having to move anyway. Lots of low cloud bases, so tornado activity. That's good news for tornado activity. Let's see what happens. Wow, cloud bases are scraping the ground over here. I'm just a lowly peon. We're looking at this. I'm seeing cloud bases scrape the ground right in here. And I'm going to click on this and see if I see cyclonic shear. Right here maybe? I don't know, those rings are terrible. I'm gonna get back out and watch that. Well, what do you know? MWR picks up that this storm over here with the low-level scraping clouds is rotating. It does not have a long way to go. How are you looking over here at this cell? It's unzipping and it's just putting on new stuff. They're moving to the north. This is the fresh cell. Over here is the cell that could be producing, or could be rotating on the ground, or very close to the ground right now. 6 o'clock. 2 tornadic supercells will move north of the Vortex2 target, and we probably won't scan them from here. Probably produce tornadoes. At least one of them will probably produce a tornado. Maybe both of them in the next hour. I don't know what this new stuff going up could do. It could do the same thing. I don't know. We're pushing our luck. We do have strong southeasterlies here, which is good news. But I think we might be screwing this one up again. Let's see. 610 latest images of the cell that was tornado warned. It could still possibly be. This is the cell to the south, to our northwest that we're scanning right now. This can be moving away from us that I'm worried we're going to lose. And this is the healthy updraft you're seeing. You're just basically seeing, I don't know, like updrafts just stream up off of here, basically located in the same place. It's very interesting. So at 6:06, at 6:11, the Eric Fire Department reported a tornado on the northern storm. This storm, that's our Pampa analog. That's the same thing happened on May 15th. Everything was just shifted a little bit, but very similar. So Vortex2 targeted storm is developing a better looking inflow notch there, along with, if you click on this image, some cyclonic shear signature right here, aka rotation, which is good for us. Hopefully we're not too far south on it. 6:25, tornado warning issued for the storm they were scanning to the north. You can see lower cloud base to it off here to our northwest.
But we're going to go through with it.
Yep.
It would have to be north of us, hidden in the rain.
Yeah. So a tornado reported on this storm. Not quite sure where it ended up being. I don't see it, so it's either wrapped up in the rain or somebody's calling in something.
Go ahead.
Chance to report large tornado on Route 30.
Thank you. It must be embedded in the precip.
Embedded in the precip, large tornado, somewhere in there. About 7 o'clock, intersection of 1290 and 34 north, north of Willow, Oklahoma. And here's our storm. There's a business end right there. Was increasing in circulation according to Dow 6, I believe, and looking fairly promising, although not quite as nasty as we saw earlier. I believe that tornado report we had earlier was probably bogus. We had a great view of it, nothing reported by any Vortex team members, so doubting the authenticity of it. When it comes to surpass, we're going to deploy here at this intersection. It's a pretty looking storm though. Real grungy, low-level stuff around it though, keeping us from seeing the updraft too well. Very low to the ground, very high humidities today. Lots of precip churning out of there. You can see it just pouring out. So here's the forward flank of our storm, wrapping around back over to the updraft where we have a very classic looking HP storm. Serious rain coming out of there, probably some big hail. Yep.
And we'll be able to sample both storms.
Okay, copy that. We'll go east at Carter on
very active lightning.
65.
Copy.
Here. About to head east to retrap. The radar sirens going off here. This town's about to get pounded with some serious hail.
To do. Scout 3, if you could get around it, maybe after the top of the crest of this hill, we'll let you look at the spot just before we get there, over. Okay, roger. South 607,
on Highway 55, looking at an HP monster that just set off the tornado sirens, I believe in Carter, which is where the citizens were out watching the storm rather than taking cover. This is very typical of an HP. Very strong inflow right now. I should say moderately strong inflow right now. And lots of rain in there. This is coming in fast, coming in hot. I don't really know how much we're going to do with this. It's going to be here soon. There's going to be some good old size hail in there, especially back over there. So here's our storm right here. Very intense hail core. We're right in our position right here. It's eating this way. This other storm down to the southwest is what has the tornado warning on it right now. I'm guessing that's probably what we're gonna bug out and catch after this, which would be a smart thing to do because we're not gonna see things.
Is this the southern storm or no?
No, this is Sassy's, where most of our crews are. Some of our crews are back here getting pounded. Of course, it's the media van. Our position's out here. We're gonna let this brush past us. Probably catch some hail from this hook, and then we're gonna wait for this storm. See the precip crossing the road to the north of us. It's beginning to come down here.
Hail goes north of us.
Starting to get some hail. Pea size here. Golf balls reported north of us.
Okay, copy. Copy, Josh. Renthrow, Sentinel, Rocky. The reason is we're taking golf balls here on 55 and you're behind us, so we're worried it will get worse.
745, that HP just moved through. Whole lot of outflow right here. We haven't had internet updates, but I wouldn't be surprised if our storm to the southwest was dying just because of the sheer amount of outflow this thing just put out. Still getting outflow here. You see the sky churning. Light up the sun. Sun's gonna come though through there and light it up all real pretty a little bit later. Frogs are back in business. You can see the sky just churning full of outflow crap. 833 headed north towards Weatherford on 54. Owen's probe just reported a rapidly developing funnel cloud, so perhaps we're getting some information on a tornadic storm right now. Don't know if it's going to last long or not, but we're probably going to get one more deployment up north near Weatherford. It got about 15, 17 miles ago, I believe.